Hello and welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley, and for the next hour we will continue our series of classes looking at business English. As usual, in this series we have a lot of discussion, questions, answers, a little bit of description, and a lot of opinion about different aspects of business life. Today's topic, we're going to talk about financing the arts, very specific topic, and we'll discuss the problems inherent in financing the arts, as well as look a little bit at vocabulary related to the arts and financing the arts. And again, lots of discussion, so plenty of room in the class. Come on in and join us. Hello, Heidi. How are you?
Hello, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you as well. How are you doing today?
Today I'm very tired because it's very hot and humid. Tropical summer.
Is it? It's amazing. The weather here in the Philippines has been relatively cool for quite a while now.
Yeah, it's very good. Summer season, maybe Japan is hotter than Philippines.
Yeah.
Always like that.
Well, right now, of course, the Philippines, the summer season is very strange. I mean, it's in March, April, May.
How about typhoon? No typhoon.
Nothing.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Nothing really going on right now, I don't think. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. Anyhow, our conversation today is we're going to talk about business as it relates to the arts. Of course, when we're talking about the arts, we're talking about music, film, theater, dance, and the like. Heidi, when is the last time that you went to a movie or a play or an art show or anything like that?
Yeah, it's 2 or 3 years ago, because after that my health condition is very bad. I didn't have any confidence to stay in a movie theater over 2 hours. Even though the movie complex, cinema complex is very close to my house, only 8 minutes by foot.
Okay.
But now getting better, so maybe next month I'll go there. Terminator and Mission Impossible. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Great. Okay, we've had another student join the class. Hello, Javier. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Okay. We're going to. I have some questions about financing and the arts. Javier, what arts are subsidized in your country? What artistic endeavors are subsidized? Well, subsidized. I'll help you out. I'll do a screen share here, and you can see kind of what I'm talking about. Okay, like music, theater, cinema, painting, dance. Javier, what is music ever subsidized in your country, for example, by the government?
I'm not sure the word of subsidized, but it's like the most common, let's say.
Subsidized means, well, basically, to make it real simple, given money.
Oh, okay.
From government.
Yeah, from the government. That's it.
I think maybe popular.
Sorry, you broke up just a little bit there. Javier, did I lose you?
Yeah, I think it's music.
Okay, music. Okay. Um, how do what do they subsidize? Concerts?
Yeah, for example, the government can make yeah, there are many concerts of really important celebrities, and sometimes are even free.
Okay, so if they're
Free
free,
for
then
the people.
right. If it's a free concert, the chances are pretty darn good that it's being subsidized and not a private enterprise. Okay.
Yes,
Uh, like pop and rock music or traditional orchestras and classical music?
I
Or
think pop.
both?
Pop is yeah, pop.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, that's kind of cool. That's interesting. Okay. Sasha has joined us. Hello, Sasha. Welcome to the class.
Hello, thank you.
Hey, Sasha. We're talking about financing the arts. Does the government of your country subsidize any types of art? All types? Many types? For example, music, theater, cinema, painting, dance. Does the government help to pay for these things?
I'm not sure. Actually, I don't know. I only know that the government can pay uh, for artists when they give a concert, for instance, on some holiday, for
Right.
instance.
There you go. That's a very good
Ah,
example.
yeah, sure. Every town in Russia have his own holiday one a year. It's a town's holiday named or a city's holiday, and usually the government of a town or a city asks one of the artists to sing or
Hmm.
uh, in front of people, and the government pay it, and it's a outdoor and it's a free for everyone.
There you go. Is this holiday you speak of, is it to celebrate or commemorate, even better, commemorate the beginning of the city, the start of the city?
Yeah, yes, it's like
Oh,
a birthday of the city.
right, there you go. Okay, we call that founding. The city was founded in 1774, whatever.
Yeah.
We use this verb to say when a city was started. In English, we often call this celebration Founders Day.
Founders. You have the same holiday, right?
Yeah, it's very common in the United States as well.
Uh,
Absolutely. And
Good
very
one.
much what you say, Founders Day, maybe for the 4th of July. It's very common for local government to sponsor or subsidize maybe a festival, maybe a dance publicly, often outside, as Sasha noted, so everyone can see it for free. Maybe music, maybe a dance performance, maybe an art show. Who knows? Whatever, things like that. Very commonly, it's very common in the United States for local government to subsidize festivals, especially, and celebrations, just like exactly what you're describing. Okay.
and during elections as well.
Oh, who could forget? How could we
Yeah,
forget that? Of course. Right. Silly me. How can I forget?
like politics.
Yeah. In America as well, much of the government subsidizing is local. So in the United States, most cities and towns have a community theater. Okay, so they sponsor or subsidize the theater. They pay for the theater, or the theater doesn't pay taxes, and local townspeople will act in a play, and somebody will volunteer to direct, and a lot of volunteers working in the there'll be an ongoing theater company, local, municipal, city or town theater. This is very common as well in the U.S. Another common one is many towns and cities in the U.S. have a club, I guess, which is also nonprofit and partially subsidized locally. Often it's called something, different names, but Historical Society or Arts and Heritage Society, something like that, that is concerned with arts and history of the local towns and cities. This is also very common. Heidi, how about in Japan? Is there local subsidizing of the arts? Is there national subsidizing of the arts? What's it like there?
Yes, we have a traditional play. It has a long history, maybe longer than American history.
Kabuki?
Yeah, kabuki or bunraku. Bunraku is very similar to kabuki, but they are using puppet.
Ah, yeah, cool.
2 or 3 people needed to use the one only puppet.
Uh-huh. Very interesting. And is this the one that has like shadow?
Yeah, that's right.
Shadow screen?
They're wearing the black.
Uh-huh.
So
right.
From Japanese people, black is invisible, even though we see them.
Okay. And so these kinds of performances are subsidized?
Yeah, that's right. If the government didn't publish that, maybe it would disappear. It would be disappeared. If it would disappear, I'm not sure. How can I say?
It would disappear.
Disappear.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting word. That's okay. As far as English goes, we have to use disappear in an active sentence. It disappeared. The magician's assistant disappeared. We can't say the magician's assistant was disappeared. Okay.
Even the theater is special, not likely cinema or some place, so they needed to construct another place. And before, young people didn't see that play or something. They are leaving that play. But recently, even young people are interested in that play.
Okay, well that's great. You're as I mentioned, in the United States, there's many organizations for history and art. So you have the cultural aspect of arts. Sounds very much like they are wedded. They are together, blended together in Japanese culture as well. I think that's great. Just my opinion. Okay. We've been joined by a couple more students, so let me quickly welcome them. Hi there, Ken. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
Good, thanks. Good to see you again. And Mustafa has joined us. Hey there.
Hello, teacher. Good to see you today.
Good to see you as well. Okay, we're starting off talking. Generally, we're talking about financing the arts, and right now we're talking about government subsidies for the arts. Mostly to now, we've been discussing about local subsidy, which seems to be pretty widespread in the class. I'll get around to you guys in a minute and let you talk about it a little bit. But Javier, I want to go back to you. Javier, does the national government in your country, remind me again, where are you from?
I'm from Mexico.
Mexico. Okay, does the Mexican government nationally have some kind of endowment for the arts? By the way,
I'm not sure if nationally. I know like states. There's some the states they have a big event, but I'm not sure if nationally.
Okay. In the United States, the national money for the arts is very strange. nobody really knows where it goes or who gets it. We all know that the arts get money nationally from the national government, from our taxes, but we don't really know what the heck happens with the money. I think it secretly gets blended into the CIA budget. That's just my suspicion. I have no idea. But you every once in a while in San Francisco or New York, there will be some art show where some crazy artist will make giant constructions of human sexual organs out of plastic bottles or something crazy like that. Every once in a while, you see some lunatic kind of sorry, you'll see something crazy like that, and you'll find out that it was sponsored by the federal government. This guy got $1 million. Anyway, kind of strange that on the national stage. Let me go back to Sasha. Sasha, do you think that, what's your opinion about subsidizing artistic activity and art? Should the government do it? Should it be a local government thing, a national government thing, both, neither? What's your view?
I think it's a business of a local government, not for how you said that, forgot. Not the higher government, of course.
National
government have more business to take care of, for sure.
Okay.
It's a local business.
But you would support that local government subsidizing?
Yes, yeah. Well, why not? Because the government have to make a holiday for their citizens.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me go over to Ken. Ken, kind of. All right, I'm gonna throw you in a little bit. So, we're talking about government subsidizing art. Heidi spoke about in Japan, kabuki theater and like that. Do you know if Japan has any kind of national? In the United States, it's called the Endowment for the Arts. It's an official national pot of money for artists, dancers, painters, sculptors. Is there anything like that? Do you know?
Yeah, maybe some artists can get such a budget from the government, or maybe project or something.
For a specific project, like building a sculpture in front of the city hall, something.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, okay. What is your opinion about that?
I don't know, but if the economy is not well, maybe such kind of budget will be cut at maybe at the beginning.
Oops, you cut off at the end.
Hello, can you hear me?
Now I can. You cut off.
Okay. Yeah, if the economy, economy is good, maybe government spend a lot of money for that. But if the economy go bad, maybe that kind of budget will be targeted to, will be a kind of will be cutted. Maybe, yeah.
Will be cut.
It will be cut at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah. Cut isn't a crazy irregular verb where it's cut, present tense, cut, past tense, cut, past participle. Yeah, okay, and there's my segue I was waiting for. Thank you, Ken. Yes, the arts is one expense that normally during economically turbulent problem times, it's the first thing to go. financing and subsidizing, and also end user consumers tend to cut out the arts. You don't buy paintings, you don't go to the movies if you don't have enough food to eat, obviously. Well, it seems obvious to me. Mustafa, before we move on, what is share your view about government subsidizing artistic activity?
Artistic activity, you mean the same like the above selection, like classic traditional music, like theater, cinema, things like that, right?
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Okay. My opinion about it, like what do you mean, like my opinion?
Well, in many countries, we've been talking about the government will pay, for example, for a free concert in the park for people, or they will partly pay. Subsidize sometimes doesn't mean entirely pay, but they will pay some of the costs, or maybe the cost for the grounds or something like that, for something like maybe a movie festival for their city, or a festival and traditional dance or traditional theater to be shown at that festival. The government will pay for that. That's what we're talking about. Or there's other kinds of subsidies where artists apply for a government grant, and then basically the government pays them to create a sculpture or a work of art. So there's
what's sculpture? What's sculpture?
Sculpture are, well, classically, if you can think of a Greek statue like David or the Thinking Man, or Venus on a shell, whatever. Okay, these are sculptures, they're statues, but of course modern day sculptures can be made of anything. I made a joke about sculptures made out of plastic bottles. There are metal sculptures made from stones, wood, metal, everything. They don't have to be just people, they can be whatever.
Okay. Thank you, Tita, for explanation.
Small or huge. You can make a tiny sculpture or an enormous one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, teacher. By the way, maybe nothing at the top of my head about maybe things like maybe government supporting this thing. By the way, I'll give you like the main point or the main idea. Here, maybe my country, maybe because the difficult situation, maybe unstable situation. So things like arts, maybe the government don't pay a lot of attention to things like that. Like maybe we'll have like theater, maybe cinema, but I'm not sure if they like finance them or not. I don't have any idea, to be honest with you. But what I know about them, like it's don't like take a lot of attention, or they don't pay a lot of attention to things like that. Maybe because we are in a difficult situation, teacher. Yeah.
Right. So again, low priority.
Exactly. Yeah. This is the good word. Yeah. Low priority.
Okay. Okay. We're gonna kind of jump tracks a little bit. We'll get back to the financing, but just a little related vocabulary, a quick exercise to learn a little vocabulary. Let's look at a little vocabulary related to the arts, in particular, mostly plays and or movies. Okay, a little mix and match the words or phrases and the definitions. So, for example, the first one, cast, are the actors in a film, a play, or a show. Heidi, what is a choreographer?
Choreographer. Set costume, props, repertory, theater, company, cross, no. Person who planned no. Object used to act. No. Furniture. Furniture? No.
No. One hint when we're looking at English words we're not sure of. Look at that.
Furniture is set, so different.
Yeah.
The F theater, where one company of actors performs a number of different plays. No.
No. If you don't know, here, let me give you a clue and a helpful clue for everyone. When you're looking at English words you don't know, look at the suffixes. Look at the root word, prefixes, and suffixes. For example, the suffix is the ending, grapher.
Mm-hmm.
What other word do you know with grapher?
Photographer.
Yes, and that is a person who takes photographs.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
See, a person who plans the movement dancers make.
That's it exactly. So yes, so you can see how the suffix, the er, okay. There's lots of types of occupations that have er at the end, and especially in the whole bigger suffix grapher, that can help you sometimes figure out basically what you're looking for: a person, a place, an idea. It's a person. So yeah, choreography refers to the art of planned movements, chiefly in dance, but also in martial arts movies. You have a fight choreographer. Okay, they plan where Jackie Chan's going to stand and how he's going to shoot under the table and pop out over the chair and run along the wall and bounce off the ceiling. That's all choreographed. So yeah, okay, that's choreography. Javier, what is the set, or what is a set, rather?
The set, I think, is A, furniture, another scenario used in a play to make it seem realistic.
Right. That's it exactly. There would be many people involved with the set in a play or movie. Set designers, set builders, of course. Lighting would be part of the set as well. Okay, a set is also, you may have seen live television shows, things like talk shows or game shows, and that whole stage and even the audience part, the whole thing is called the set, where these kinds of television shows are broadcast live from our set in New York, Rockefeller Center, like that. Sasha, number 4, what's a costume?
Costume, it's clothes worn by an actor.
Of course. Again, that would involve costume designers, and also, Sasha, what else? Who else is involved, like in a movie? If you think of costume, all right, costume designers. Who else? Can you think of anybody else?
Properties. Or do you mean clothes?
No. No, I was thinking of like makeup. They always have credit for costume designer and makeup and hair. Yeah, hair. Somebody gets credit in every movie for hair.
Fake mustache.
Fake mustache, sure. Actually, somebody gets credit for that in every movie if you pay attention. There's always somebody, the hairstylist for the actors or actresses. That's part of the costume, actually. Ken, number 5, props. The actual word is properties, but nobody says that, and I think 99% of all native speakers don't really understand that props is just short for properties.
Mhm.
We all say props.
Yeah.
Okay.
Object used by actors during plays.
Okay. Very good. All right. Can you give me some examples of props?
So nowadays in soap opera, mobile phone or smartphone use a lot. In the past, they
Really?
just don't realize they are in the same place, but nowadays they can contact each other very easily by such gadgets. So gadgets can be modern, props in the film.
Okay. Sure. Basically, anything that can be in real life can be a prop in a film, realistically. But some other kinds of props are things like a rubber knife or retractable sword. If I stab you with it, it retracts into the. It looks like I stabbed you, but it retracts into the hilt, for example. Or they have glass, like when people in movies are constantly jumping through windows. I don't know if you've noticed. Do you know how they do that, Ken? Are they really jumping through glass?
A making version. In the making version, sometimes it shows, that beer bottle made with candy.
That's right, sugar.
Yeah.
Exactly correct. Yeah, every time somebody smashes a beer bottle and jumps through a window, they're jumping through candy.
Yes.
That's exactly right. I've often wondered, I don't know, this is how weird I am. I've often wondered if an actor jumps through a window and then, picks up a piece of glass and eats it. Interesting. Okay, I don't know. I would. If I was an actor, that's one thing I'd like to try. Okay, Mustafa. Luckily it's the last one because it's kind of difficult. Co-location. Repertory house. What's that?
And the last option we have like theater, where one company of actors perform a number of different plays.
Yeah, luckily it was the last one. Repertory house, also called repertory theater, I think is actually a more common co-location. And that company is often called a repertory company. Repertory you can think of as kind of repeat. They keep doing different shows. I had mentioned earlier in the class that in the United States it's very common for a community to have a community repertory theater. Volunteers from the community do the set, direct the play, act in the play, etc. So that would be one type of repertory house. Okay, let's get back to business.
So teacher, this is like a synonym for theater, for example. I can say like repertory house instead of theater.
Yeah, but but it's a little bigger. It refers to the whole concept of the company. You kind of, rather than saying the theater where you're talking about the building, you're talking about the building and the people that work there regularly, I guess you could say. Usually. Well, you use it as an adjective. Repertory house, you're talking about the theater. Repertory company, you're talking about the people. Okay, let's talk about something else. Let's back to business. This is a business English class. So for the arts, now a couple people have already mentioned how the arts is tricky. The arts is tricky. The arts are tricky. That's right there is a very tricky question. The arts is tricky. The arts are tricky. The arts, of course, being an uncountable noun. However, it has an S. It's like using the pants. All right, the pants. You don't say the pants is dirty. Okay, it's one of those tricky words with an S. You say the pants are dirty. So the arts are dirty. No, I mean the arts are tricky financially. because, as it's already been mentioned, during difficult economic times, it's the first thing to go. Okay. Let's here's some ideas here. Heidi, what is it that makes the theater business in particular, as an example?
It's not subject to the same criteria for success.
Okay.
Because they need to have a product, even the movie or a video or a lot of things. It's a product.
Yes, that's right.
And make a profit, it's very important.
In the arts?
Even art, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, what's his name? Adam Sandler. I just saw really fast blurb this morning looking at the news. He just made some stupid movie, which I saw. I went to the movies last weekend. It's he just made some dumb movie.
Yeah, for some movies they don't need to have a mega profit, but they are making different movies, like Terminator or and a lot. Then the money covers that no profit movies. So it means they need to make a profit.
Yeah, they need to make a profit. Absolutely, they do. Anyway, this Adam Sandler movie, which I can't, it's so unmemorable, I can't even remember it. But anyway, it cost him $88 million to make, which he used his own money, and he only made $20 million the first weekend. Not good. Oh well, he can afford it. Yeah, you have to make money, but it's not the same criteria for success. What happens, Heidi, with a movie that doesn't make back its money?
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, for example, Universal, they make the movies, a lot of kind of movies. Several movies, they don't need to have profit, even though the customer don't want to see the movie, but it's kind of their opinion or something. So they wanted to make that movie, but even they are taking another movie, profitable movie, so they earn a lot of money. So
yeah.
That's different.
Okay. Maybe. I think they want to make money with all of their films. Well, ideally, in the ideal world, of course they do.
It's different from some electronic appliance. They want to gain the money at least several percent. It's already decided. But movies are different.
Okay. All right. Well, with a movie, the thing is, if they don't make money in the first, in the 2 weeks that they release it, does it really matter? I mean, with movie and music, they can resell it. They have the beauty of having a product they can just sell make the product once, and they can sell it over and over again 1,000,000 times. They can sell it to HBO. They can sell it to television stations, whatever. They can sell it to video rental or Netflix or whatever.
Yeah. I saw.
They have that advantage.
Pirates of Caribbean yesterday on TV.
Yeah.
How many times I saw that?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, how many times have you seen Pirates of the Caribbean on TV? How much money? I am very curious about that. I wonder how much money they made in the actual movie theater and how much money they made after. Not to mention, Heidi, we haven't even mentioned the idea that if you have a halfway successful movie, you also have other products, whatever, Caribbean Pirates action figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Books or a lot of things.
A lot of things. Right. It's a totally different business model, really. Okay, Javier, is there any other way movie and theater is different from other types of commercial activity?
I think it's it need not to be product that the people want.
It doesn't need to be a product that the people want. What do you mean by that? Can you elaborate?
No, I think I didn't read well.
What's that? Well, I think maybe rather than movies or theater, hopefully it's a product that people want. But something like art, for example, or sculpture. For example, Javier, if I make a piece of art from from some string and some old flashlights and some cardboard cartons, doesn't really matter if you don't like it, as long as somebody likes it, right?
Okay.
Okay. It needn't be a product that people want. It depends. It depends. What does it depend on? What were we discussing in the beginning of the class? It kind of depends on where they're getting their money, right? Well, I mean, if it's subsidized by the government, then there doesn't really have to be a demand. The marketplace isn't really demanding that product. All right, they want to put on a dance show at the festival. It's not because there's a demand for it. It's just cultural, and it's a nice thing the government can do. There doesn't have to be necessarily something people want. Right? You get me?
Yes.
Okay. Sasha, what other ways, not just theater, but the arts is different from other types of commercial activity?
It's hard to say. To be honest, I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay. Well, think about some different aspects of business. When if you think about this question, think about, for example, if I'm building widgets in a widget factory, I need to get workers. But if I want to make a multi-million-dollar grossing movie, I can't just hire people off the street. It's never going to work. So think about different aspects of business, where you get employees, what products do you need, taxes, what's the demand, all those kinds of things. Ken, do you have any idea how the arts could be different than regular business?
Kind of regular business has a clear criteria to success, but art sometimes commercial success or artistical success, or it's kind of different, or it's a bit subjective, not based on the data, or intuitive.
Well, for example, Ken, have you ever heard the English phrase "a starving artist"?
Starving artist, poor artist, you mean, maybe economically challenging artist.
Economically challenged. That's nice. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just sharing it with you. It's a very, very common collocation in English, a starving artist. He's a starving artist. Or many artists in the past, he was a starving artist. Or many artists in the past were, there are numerous examples of artists in the past. Van Gogh, I don't know, there's a number of them who were very poor
Right.
when they were alive. But now they're acclaimed to be, the best. They were geniuses. But at the time,
Yeah, their diet for the poor, diet in poor or poverty. Yeah.
Died in poverty. Very
Yes.
good. Co-location. Yeah, okay, so there you go. It's a bit subjective, and sometimes the subjective value of your artistic work is not even quantified, or it's not even thought about until you're dead. Not
Yeah.
like the widget factory,
Yeah.
where it's quite obvious.
Yes. Van Gogh's brother, he was a kind of a seller of picture. So he promoted his picture after he passed away with his pamphlet, which describes his dramatic life. So it's appealed to people. After that, Van Gogh broke through. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
So how to promote the art piece is also important.
Very good. Very good. Absolutely. Yes, it is. Promotion for art. Ooh, I don't envy the people who do that. How do you promote art? Okay. Mustafa, can you think of any other ways that art is different from traditional business? The business of art can be different. Even simple ways.
The audience. The audience is different, maybe.
The audience is different? Okay. Javier, the basic question we're working on is how is the business of the arts, different arts, whatever, performing arts, different than normal, regular business? The audience, okay, back to you, Mustafa. What do you mean the audience?
To be honest with you, I just looked it up on the internet. I'm reading something like he said like the most successful or renowned works of art today are those that establish the strongest emotional bond between the arts and their audience. So.
Ooh, okay. Well, that sounds official. Yeah, okay. Your audience needs to appreciate your product. Okay. All right. In the case of a dumb comedy, it doesn't take much. But in the case of a sculpture of a ballerina made of bronze, they have to have some appreciation for that, or no one, or it's priceless or it's valueless, depending on your perspective. Is that what you're trying to say? It's audience perspective.
Audience perspective, yeah, it's a good one. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Teacher, what's the meaning? Like good art is interpreted.
Interpreted.
Yeah, interpreted.
Okay, it's recognized. It's known as. It's thought about as. It's interpreted as something.
Okay.
What else does it say? Interpreted. Does it say it's interpreted as, or does it just say good art is interpreted?
Oh my God! Interpreted by their respective audience.
By. Okay.
Yeah.
Interpreted by. Oh, okay. Someone. All right. Well, all right. It's being used in a passive form. Is interpreted by. Okay. Fair enough. All right. It's appreciated by. You could substitute. So it's recognized, appreciated, valued, understood by.
Okay.
Okay. All right. The arts being a tricky business. Let's talk about another aspect of art that we talked a little bit about art as subsidized, a little bit about art as an actual business model. Something we haven't talked about is sponsoring the arts. Heidi, sometimes companies will sponsor art shows or artistic or theater or other artistic endeavors. Certainly, they sponsor rock concerts.
Uh-huh.
How can sponsorship promote a company's image, do you think?
Uh-huh. Depend on the company's image.
True. Absolutely.
The art which they support is much different.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Generation. For example, if some company support rock concerts, maybe their product will be for the young people.
Absolutely. That's absolutely correct. And, you know, conversely, sponsoring an art show that has million-dollar works of art would be sponsored by obviously very high-end, very expensive products and or services and or business-to-business services, things like that. Right, Coca-Cola and beer companies sponsor concerts, and radio stations sponsor concerts, but something like an art show is sponsored by Tiffany's and Lowe's and Cartier, and you know, high end. That's absolutely correct, Javier. But getting back to the root of the question, all right, different companies will sponsor different events. Why do they do that? What is the point of sponsoring an art event from a company?
Of a company?
Yes, what is the point? Why does a company do that? Why do they do it?
Yeah, because getting the better image for the company is getting better or more money.
Okay. How does it make
I mean,
their image better?
when a company sponsorship at any event or anything, we'll see the common people or all the people will see the name of the company, and that name is like is printed in your mind. That way you will buy to them.
Oh, okay. Brand awareness. You could call that. We call that brand awareness. All right. So people are aware. Brand awareness.
Okay.
I'll write it. I'm going to write it in the chat box. All right, you're increasing brand awareness so people recognize your logo, your name. Maybe they're interested in what you're selling because, hey, man, you sponsored this great reggae show in the city park. Okay. Sasha, I'm jumping to the third question here. Are there any risks for a company to sponsor some art event? If so, like what? Sasha, are you there?
Yes. Risks. I don't know as well. I have no idea. What risk? I don't know.
Okay, all right. Let me throw that question out to everyone. Can anyone think of a possible risk for a company sponsoring an art show or sponsoring a concert?
It's not the government, the company, but the government sponsors art events sometimes for the program. And former Tokyo governor filled with an empty spot with a lot of art pieces. That homeless people used that place to rest, but then
Okay, so a controversial.
project.
Sorry, you cut out again, Ken.
Sometimes art event can be used, so such a cold-hearted kind of project.
It's a great example. I love that. Okay, there may be social problems. Okay, Mustafa has a very obvious answer. The event may fail. What if they sponsor an event and nobody goes? That's not good. Okay, they drop a bunch of money for no reason. There's no audience. Very good. I can think of numerous occasions, at least in the United States. What's that?
I mean, to get rid of the place, which.
Oh, you're Ken. Okay, Ken, you're really loud and clear for 10 seconds of speech, and then you're completely gone for 10 seconds of speech, and then you're completely loud and clear again. So it's hard to follow your ideas. Sorry, clearly some kind of connection issue. Sorry about that. Okay, I was saying, okay, for example, this happens in the United States all the time. There's a concert, and some crazy rock band takes off their clothes on stage, or 3 people get trampled to death in the concert. These do not reflect well on the company that is highly promoting this concert. These types of things are not good. Or a high-end corporation sponsors an art event, and the artist shows up with naked images of President Obama for the art show. Not good. These things happen all the time, actually. Arts are tricky and unpredictable. So, yeah, things can go wrong. Absolutely. Okay, we've only got a couple minutes. Let's see if we can quickly look at some, speaking of sort of art-related, break down, separate figures into different parts. Mustafa, what are running costs?
Running costs. Running costs. Huh. Okay. Running cost. Cover costs. How to make profit. Money you need to spend. Provider lend an amount of money. I just guessed it. I don't have anything to say.
Right. Running costs straight across. B, money you need to spend regularly to keep things running. Okay, something's running, it's going in English. The car's running, the system's running, the business is running. So the money you need costs money. Money you need to keep things running. That's it.
Okay.
All right, Heidi, what is sue? To sue somebody?
Take legal action against a person or what the company or something. I can see that organization. Yeah.
Company, organization. Yeah, that's right. Okay, Javier, put up money. If you put up money, what's that mean?
I'm thinking cover.
Whoops.
Provide or lend an amount of money for a particular purpose.
Yeah, that's it. So sponsorship. This is a more informal way to say you're sponsoring. We put up $50,000 for the free concert in the park, like that. Often for something like that, or you can put up money to start a business as well. Okay, Sasha, what are backers? Often in arts we talk about theater company needs backers, the movie needs backers, we're an independent filmmaker, we need backers.
A group of people who give financial support to something.
That's it. Yep. Many arts endeavors need backers. They need people with money in order to get it done, to promote it, to do it, or a place to do it, all those things. So you need money, or you need backers or sponsors. Ken, what's an angel?
Yeah, maybe sponsor.
Yes,
Okay.
that's right. Often okay, this is very colloquial, but okay, the arts need a theater play or an artist needs a sponsor or an angel. That would be D, a wealthy person who invests money in new business projects or art projects. Okay, Mustafa, what's flutter?
Flutter. I don't know. Flutter. What's flutter? Let me see. Okay. Uh, cover
Uh,
first to start. I don't know, teacher.
No, that's the last one. Break even. To break even is you don't lose money, but you don't make money. It says start to make a profit, but hopefully that's the next step. Break even itself means to make no money.
So it would be H. H.
Uh,
Take even
G. How about G? It's flutter, small bet.
Small bet.
Yeah, a flutter. It's used as a noun. Okay. Yeah, okay. Ken, now I get your story. We could talk about that for a long time. Sorry about the connection problem. Once again, I'm over time. What's new? Thank you very much for joining me. And see you tomorrow. More Business English. Bye for now.